Dajahao, my name is Garrick. Welcome back to Taiwan, Laowai. At last evening has descended on our 4th day in Taichung City. We're fresh off the incredible Taichung Central Park, and I am starving, baby. So it's time to go get some grub, and here is where I have a conflict I need to settle, because I want to show you a night market in the area. I feel like I have not shown you enough of the night markets here, which I know are usually some of the coolest parts of any city, but there is also a very tasty-looking Indian restaurant in that same general area, and I feel bad for robbing you of the Indian place I ate at the other night when I was too tired to make a proper video, so it might be nice to, do some kind of do-over of that and let you see me eat at an Indian restaurant. Plus, I'm still kind of in the mood for Indian food, strangely enough. Alright, so here's what we'll do. We'll compromise. We will go to this Indian place. We will have a light dinner, not a heavy one. That'll give me a chance to rest and recuperate, get off my legs a little bit, and then we will pop over to the rest of the night market and explore it and see if there are any more noshes we want to stick in our belly. I feel like that'll give us the best of both worlds, Alright, one last bike ride coming up, and after that I will probably end up taking the bus home because... Ugh. Yes, because, you know what I mean, you know what I'm saying. You get me, yeah? You get it. I think the hungry is making me a little crazy. Whatever. Let's get going. See you at the night market. Cheers. It's not even that purple in real life. My phone's camera is just making it a lot more purple than it really is. Why is that so cool? Swear to God, it's not this purple. It's not this purple in real life. It's like a dark, muddy blue like you'd expect from an evening sky, but it's showing up so purple on camera. Oh my God. I'm sorry, I'm freaking out about a lot of things tonight, I know. Something about my phone's camera, whenever there's like any ambient light left in the sky, like if it's getting dark but there's still light in the sky, it will hypersaturate all of those colors to make them more visible because it senses them getting dark and hard to see. And as a result, it makes the darkness of night stand out in like almost neon brightness at times. I promise you, the sky has been like muddy dark gray yellows and muddy dark blues for a while now, but you would not know it looking at those shots I just took as I was riding my bicycle over. Technology, man. It's really something else. That's a fun restaurant name. Buddy Butty. British food, ain't it? Top of the morning, Governor. I'm mixing my accents, I'm sorry. My inner theater kid is screaming at me in protest. Anyways, we are here in Shitun District, which is pretty much as northwest as you can possibly go in Taichung before you start getting to the really outskirtsy part of the city. Our destination tonight, after our light little Indian snack, is the Fengchia night market. It's a pretty sizable night market. It runs north and south, sort of parallel to Central Park, though definitely a bit further south, so they're not quite lined up perfectly. Regardless, I think we will find lots of lovely little things to eat there. But first things first, Indian food awaits. I'm honestly a little surprised how much I've come to like Indian food in recent years. When I was growing up, Indian food was my least favorite cuisine. I could not handle how different and punchy and pungent all those different spices were. Now that I'm grown up, though, I really do sort of appreciate that complexity of flavor a little more. I didn't used to believe it, but I guess it really is true that your palate matures as you age. I thought I'd be eating pizza and burgers forever. Well, no matter. We're back in something resembling civilization at last. My stomach is still crying out for some grub. So let's get some dinner. Alright, it's a little hard to see in the glare, but that is the sign for Royal Indian Restaurant. And in case you can't tell, it is sort of tucked away into the back alleys of this general area. We are extremely lucky. I was worried it would be closed for Chinese New Year as well, but thankfully, they've got the open sign up. It doesn't look like anybody else is inside, interestingly, so let's grab some grub. Alright, that was a nice little satisfying lump of food there. In retrospect, maybe not the smartest thing to get fried onions here after getting so many fried onions for dinner last night. What can I say? I like fried onions, and these were some very good fried onions. It always delights me how much of a presence Indian food has in Taiwan. Like, obviously, Eastern Asian cuisines tend to be the most represented. Chinese, Japanese, Taiwanese, but you usually don't have to look too far to find Indian as well. You know, me hailing from the great big melting pot of America, I always love to see cultures come together like that. Anyways, we're still making our way towards the Fengchia market. I guess it starts quite a bit further south than I thought it would. Google Maps tends to highlight busy shopping areas as like the same sort of complex, so I sort of thought, judging from the way Google Maps told it, that it started further up. But no, we gotta go a little ways south to really get there. Oh well, at least it gives us a chance to walk off some of that butter chicken. So we'll have worked up a bit of an appetite once again by the time we reach the market. Hopefully. Here we are. This is the night market. What a cute little dancing Eevee. Yippee! Well, we're in the mood for something sweet, so strawberries and condensed milk it is. Cannot stress enough, if you have not had this for dessert at least once, you have not experienced Taiwan. Sweetness has never been so sweet. Listen, sometimes you just need a sugar rush, you know? Okay, price check before it completely slips my mind. Dinner at the Indian restaurant was $5.25 NTD. This pack of strawberries was $1.20 NTD. They are not cheap, fair warning. So far we are at $6.45 NTD for the evening. That seems just alright with me. This has been a very low-key night market so far. A lot of places are closed down. I don't know if it's just normally a pretty low-key market, or if, once again, the Chinese New Year has changed the schedule for everybody. It does seem like it's gonna start picking up ahead, so we'll see if we can get one more little snacky thing before we call it a night, okay? Okay. Oh yeah, there's the rest of the market. Here we go. Alright, for some reason I was in the mood for scallops. So we got scallops. I know we tend to think of scallops as a bit of a luxury seafood back in the US, so I want to make clear that these big 3 fat boys only cost me 60 NTD. For context, that is less than $2 US. It's incredible what you can do in a country that's where everywhere is right next to the sea. If you're a seafood lover, cannot recommend coming here enough. Pretty decent scallops overall. I get the sense they were probably pre-frozen, as are most things at big-scale night markets like this, but hey, they are tasty. And wouldn't you know it, that pretty much brings us to the end of the night market. So yeah, that was definitely bigger and more extensive than it looked from the outset. I do think a few places were closed because of the holiday. I could definitely see some stalls, excuse me, with their lights shuttered and everything. But overall, that was a damn good night market, and a very nice way to close out the evening. I just bit my lip like a motherfucker. Excuse me while I make faces of pain. We're actually very close to the bus stop right now, so I think we're gonna grab a bus, flop our way back home, and then I will do a proper outro for the evening. Cool, cool. See you soon.
1 hour later.
Once again, I somehow pick the perfect moment to pop outside for a drink. So fun fact, I actually got a nosebleed the second I got on the bus way back then. I guess the winter has just been so dry and my nose has been so clogged for so long that it finally got dry enough to go. It's all better now, don't worry, we're doing just fine. Well, all things considered, this has been a remarkably messy day, but I think it turned out alright in the end. If nothing else, we definitely ended things on a much more satisfying note than the mess of yesterday. Of course, now I'm realizing that we are already halfway through our time here. I'm sad. I was a little hesitant to make the claim last night. I think I'm much more confident making it now. This is the best city I have ever visited in Taiwan, and if I'm being honest, it's not even really that close. Taichung might just be the great underappreciated gem of this country. So if you are ever visiting Taiwan, do yourself a favor, make some time for this city in your schedule. You will not regret it. As for me, I think it's time I go to sleep in preparation for tomorrow. Because, oh boy, tomorrow's gonna be a little crazy. And you will find out why next time. But for now, once again, thank you for joining me at Taiwan Lao Wai. Say hello to the outside of our hotel. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell, share with your friends, all that good stuff. And as always, I will see you next time. 再见. Bye-bye. Don't mind my midnight snack. Bye-bye.